This is the Cash Considerations podcast with three guys from Pittsburgh, Philly, and Boston talking sports. God help us all. This is the show. Take it away, Dave.
The hard point. Welcome to the Cash Considerations podcast. Today is Wednesday, November 17th, and we are all here ready to do what we do. This is the show. My name is Dave Sharapan. I am the Sportsbook Consigliere at SportsBK Consig on Twitter. And with me, as always, the boys. First and foremost, up in Boston, the mute button is off. He is on, ready to go. A big believe sign in the background, which I'm going to ask you about in a second. Carl Hascall, the coordinating producer, the social media manager, the email guy, cashconsidshow@gmail. You can email Carl and all of us. We did that last week. We'll get to some questions. Carl Hascall, how are you, sir? What's up, CH?
How are you? How you doing? Let's go. Wednesday night. Let's go.
It is Wednesday early night there, Wednesday afternoon out here out west. But Carl's here, as always, too. The executive producer of the show, also co-host of the show, Dan Alexander. We call him Newbie. He's at Newbie Talks on the Twitter. Oh, he got something working on that lip. He went without the blue screen glasses, all that stuff. Oh,
look at that.
How's the voice for that guy? How you doing, Newbie?
I'm doing well. I say he doesn't even need a voice, but that's what I'm saying. You never know. When I logged on with Carl, I'm using these blue light glasses now, limit the migraines, limit the headaches. And I was like, I feel like every time I come on this show, I just look different. So next week I'll have to do like a Pippi Longstocking kind of vibe for the YouTube listeners or something. I'm not sure, but Dave, all I know is I'm just as excited as CH to be here for Cash Considerations. And we got a pretty cool guest to kick us off too.
We do. So we're going to have a guest today, special guest, one of my favorite people that I've ever met in this business, but one of my favorite people on planet Earth. I love her. She's here with us today. We're going to talk to her, and then we're going to do our thing. So we got, some college football. We're wrapping that up. We're probably going to mention some basketball very briefly. I got this Golden State hat on, boys. That Golden State team be good. They're back, and Steph is just making shots all over. So we're going to discuss that briefly. Oh, Carl has reached deep into the menu of hats. I can't wait to see that. Then we got, obviously, in the gun segment. We might mention the corner, that Carl's Corner place. And then, of course, obviously, take a minute now. So, without further ado, the special guest of ours. This is Linda. Linda, how do you say your last name correctly so I don't mess it up?
Eder.
Eder. So
Yes.
Linda Eder. I say Eder. I say Linda. But this is not your normal Linda. This is Linda Eder, is a supervisor at Circus Sports in Las Vegas.
I used to be.
What is your title now? I apologize.
It's okay. Assistant operations manager over at Circus Sports.
Can't keep up with all the stuff you got going on, but she is the assistant operations manager at Circus Sports. In the Sportsbook, if you have a question, most likely you will end up talking to Linda. She's running around. She's Jeff Benson's running partner, basically Jeff Benson, boss. Jeff, I know you listen to the show. We all know she's the boss. Well, that's not why we brought Linda on today. Linda, first of all, how are you?
I'm good. Just enjoying my day off.
Okay, so Linda's off today. You won't find her at the book. We're having Linda on because Linda, I don't want to use the word expert, but I want to just say that Linda had a little run this year picking college football games in the William Hill contest. And Linda, have you picked up the check yet?
I have not. I'm going to wait till January for tax purposes.
Oh, okay. So a little
Very smart
hint there. Yes. When you got to go pick up the bag, which we are going to do here on the show, Linda's not picking up the bag. She's picking up the check because she placed in a tie and got to pick up some money for picking games right. Linda is going to pick up, Linda, how much again?
30,000.
30,000. We're going to pick up 30 dimes.
Not a bad.
That's in gambling terms. That would be for going 49 and 31 in picking 8 games a week for 10 weeks in the contest. Now, Linda, what won the contest? 52 or 51?
I believe it was 52. I can look.
Okay. So while you look, it was either 52,
51 and 29.
51 and 29.
Yes.
Okay. That's really good. That's a nice run. It's a competitive contest. The top was really heavy. It costs $1,000 to enter. Now, have you done contests like this before, Linda?
Yes, similarly, like the bowl pick'ems and a season-long college football contest a couple years. Like Mo was in it, who used to be on your show.
Yeah.
But nothing of like this amount of money or the $1,000 buy-in. No, this was like the first time I'm in a very competitive contest.
Now, I've been in contests with you, bowl game contests. Our boy Lindy ran some bowl game contests. You've been the LME for a long time. And at LME 1988 on the Twitter, which, by the way, is the year that you were born. That's the year that I graduated high school. Just to remind you of that.
The year after I graduated high school.
So, all right. Let's tell the people a little bit about what it's like to be one in this contest and two, like how you came up with the picks. Because, you're a girl. And the first question or people are going to say is, who gave you the picks, Linda? So I'm going to ask you, who gave you the picks, Linda?
Nobody.
So, okay. So you picked the games yourself. A lot of people probably listen to the show going, man, she didn't pick the games herself. When did you pick the games every week, Linda?
I would have to put my contest picks in like Friday afternoon while I was at work, because unfortunately with this William Hill contest, you have to put your picks in person at the counter. You can't even use the kiosk or your phone. They don't do that over there.
Yeah.
So Friday afternoon, kind of mosey on over to like Binion's and fill out the parlay card and turn it in.
Okay. So you ain't even waiting until Saturday because you got obviously.
No, I got to be at work at 7. So I don't have time to like rush and be rushed. And it's funny because Derek Stevens was in the contest too. Yeah. And I want to say week 3 or 4, I was at Binion's and just at a table looking at my card, like filling it in. And all I hear is, "Hey, boss." And I look up and it's freaking Derek. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awkward. Like, I'm over next door putting in my picks and he's here too at the same time. So we were talking it up for a minute. And then of course, like all things William Hill, the system was down. So I had to go walk over to Four Queens and put my picks in there. So that's another reason why I was like, yeah, I have to do this on Fridays, because I don't want to be one of those people who doesn't put their picks in.
You definitely don't want to be one of those people. Definitely don't want to be one of those people. I didn't know Derek calls you boss too. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Everybody calls you boss, girl. I mean, there's no joking. I love it. All right. So you put the picks in on Friday afternoon. What did you like? I know you're probably looking dogs more than favorites and stuff like that, but what did you look at as you continue to pick more winners than losers? I mean, that's a 62%, 62%. You finish at 49 and 31. So what did you look at when you made the picks, and did you have a losing week in any of the 10?
I never really had a losing week. I always went at least 4 and 4. Most of the time I went 5 and 3. And the final week I went 7 and 1. So, I mean, people in the contest, it was very rare to see an 8-0. I think week 1 there was an 8-0, and maybe 2 or 3 times people actually went 8-0. Maybe next year I'll go 8-0. But I try, if I took a dog, I kind of kept it under a touchdown. If I took a dog, I didn't want to be too bold, and then I didn't really take like a big ass favorite.
Right. No.
So
that's big ass favorites don't cover a lot of times.
They don't.
They
They're
don't.
scary.
That's
Ohio State's a fraud. So I got burned
Whoa.
by them like twice in the contest.
Whoa.
So
Ohio State is a fraud.
yes.
Put that on the merch.
Put that. Yep. Ohio State is a fraud.
Ohio
We're
State.
very big in Ohio. Thank you, Columbus people, for participating in the show. But the LME says you a fraud. I mean, that's pretty simple. She just said it just like that. And also, just for the record, I don't know if you remember LME, but our friend, my friend, got us in this contest, and I was putting in the picks, and we were the ones that went 8-0.
You were, I know.
You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So there was one 8-0. We were leading this thing, and then we weren't. Let's put it that way. We were up there, and then we got I think we finished 42, something like that. I knew we couldn't win it the last week. We had to go 9-0 just to get maybe close to the money, and there's only 8 games. So I knew we was done. So last week, I didn't put in the picks. I'm not afraid to admit it. I mean, it's okay. It's all right. I'll be the first one to tell them. It's hard to get down there and then get the picks in and all that other stuff. We waited till Saturday too often. Next year, I think doing it like you did is much better the day before.
Yeah.
So you pick all these games. It comes down to this. The last game, dear, is Washington State in the contest. Yes. It's plus 14.5.
Yes.
Now, is this your best week? If you win it, you're going 7-1.
Exactly. I knew going into this last week, I just kept telling myself I could probably get 7. I'm not going to go 8 now. I can't. But I kept saying if I get 7-1, I could get third. I could cash. And I kept saying that to Brandon and Benson at work and the whole content room, because they've been dealing with me all these weeks of these games. And of course, I hate picking those 7:30 games because I go home and it's I really don't want to watch any more football.
Right.
But it was the last week, and I can't believe I could stay focused for this Pac-12 game the entire time. And I did. So you're at home now. So you've been sweating the games and stuff while you're at work and everything else that's going on at that crazy place that we know as the Sportsbook, but your Sportsbook down at Circa. So you're home by yourself sweating this game? Yeah, I just have my laptop. It's 8. I mean, the game's at 7:30, so I'm
Pacific.
I'm going to watch this.
7:30 Pacific. You've just worked 10 to 12 hours. You're tired. Now you might have real money on the line.
And at this point, I mean, the game at half, right, was 14-14. So I'm thinking I maybe this can happen, right? Next thing you know, it's 14-24. Okay, I mean, I just want this clock to keep ticking and I can't sleep. And I don't know if you guys watched this game or saw Bad Beats with SVP, but there's a clip I retweeted and they're worried about the total. And I'm thinking to myself, do you guys know what this spread was? It was at 14. I had the hook for the contest, but they didn't even bring it up. And I'm just this was just back and forth. And I can't believe Washington State went back down the field. I got a pass interference call. I mean, it was to me, it was just unreal. I was freaking out.
So I got to ask.
Go ahead.
Linda, I got to ask. So you're not getting real-time standings updates, right? So you don't know what's going to happen if you win this game, right?
No.
But you don't know until the next day, really.
Exactly. You don't know what other people have, nothing until they post it after everything's done.
So how did you sleep Saturday night?
I didn't.
Pacing back and forth.
I really didn't. I just was like, I couldn't think about it. And then it's like, I think they post the results Monday morning and they don't. And it was posted Monday night and I couldn't sleep again Monday night because I was like, oh my God, I cashed. Like, this is really happening.
That's incredible.
So I got the text and I was like, wait a second, there's a lot of W's on the ticket. And, we're going to show the ticket, on the video feed at it's Cash Considerations. So you can, again, find it and see it. And we'll post it on the Twitter and all that. Linda's posted it on her Twitter as well. I see all the W's and only that one L.
Yeah.
So you can't sleep. What were you like on Sunday at work? Were you a little bit distracted or were you able to focus and pay attention to the NFL?
No, I was pretty focused that day. I was good. Just back to normal. I wasn't trying to think about it. And then of course it comes up Monday night and it's like, I see that nobody went 8-0. And of the people who cashed, I think I was the only one who went 7-1.
Right.
So I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. It's really happening.
So have you been to work yet since?
I have not. I go to work tomorrow, but I can't tell you. I've gotten so many text messages of, we're going to dinner, you're buying drinks. And like everyone's been like very positive. And a couple of the boys were very proud of me, which I was like, thank you.
Yeah. Well, we've always had that dad-daughter kind of relationship. You've always
For
been.
sure.
Yeah. So I've been beaming with pride since you sent the text, and I couldn't wait to tweet it out myself and have you on the show to talk about it because, I mean, listen, you've had, like a lot of people, I mean, 2020's been pretty crazy year and couldn't have happened at a better time, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've been dealing with being sick for all of 2020. So this was kind of a good light at the end of the tunnel for me. And telling my mom was pretty entertaining too, because she was like, what are you talking? She's not a sports person. She's just like a soccer person. And this is like Spanish soccer. So she just was like, oh, what are you going to do now? And I said, I have no idea. I'm not spending it. And she's like, good, don't. So.
No Jimmy Choos or anything going to come out of this? Linda's known for the famous, she used to come into work with these Jimmy Choo shoes. I used to tease her all the time. Like, what are we wearing now? So, well, listen, this is awesome. I'm so glad you're able to come on the show. I told you in the text, if you need help going to pick up the bag, I was there for you. I'll pick you up. I'll drop you off. I'll walk up to the counter with you. And I always want to go out to dinner with you, and I will pick up the check. You don't have to worry about picking up the check. You just got to show up. So we're going to take time and do that. Before you go, Newbie, do you have a question or anything for the LME?
Well, I'm just wondering, like you were talking how people are talking, let's go and get some drinks. Like, what is going to be the big spot that you're going for dinner with all your friends, with everybody's partying? What's the spot? Because I'm all about the food. I'm all about the drinks. I need to know where the party's.
Always eat. Always.
I really don't know yet, but I kind of don't want to have like a big party. But so far, I bought a ticket to Miami because I wanted to go to a Bulls game. Like I wanted to go Knicks Bulls, but it's bad timing. So I might go to a Bulls Heat game and like go out in Miami somewhere. There's a couple good spots. So
awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Couldn't be cooler. That's it sounds like couldn't have happened to a better person. That is terrific.
Thank you.
You got anything for Linda on the way out?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you this opportunity. Since the last time you were with us, if you remember back in February, you made the mistake of picking the Chiefs. Would you like to recant that pick and say that you made a mistake on that day?
I made a huge mistake.
Okay,
I
good.
apologize. I know you guys like love Tom Brady and he's
There
the
we
GOAT,
go.
whatever.
Oh!
I get it.
God, cash the under. The LME said the guy's name. This is unbelievable.
I knew what he was doing there, but Linda, you're in good company. I may have had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that game, but I would have never made you apologize for fading Mr. Brady there. So
I think it was so obvious, and after the fact, and I mean, we know now, but I was like, yeah, this was not a good pick at all.
You were one of about 100 people that came on the show and picked the Chiefs, and that was the point, not your pick. When I saw that every single person picked the Chiefs, I was feeling a little bit better about my my Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick right there. Yeah. So you are not alone, Linda, and also my pick on the Bucks and CH as well. It didn't win us like $33,000. So at the end, don't really matter.
So I'll end with this, Linda.
Yes.
Are you picking any games this week?
I would definitely always fade Northwestern, but it is what it is. Okay. I did go to a Northwestern Wrigley Field game when it was first there, and it was one-sided because of the field situation, but in the game as well, because there was a quarterback injury that year. So maybe Purdue.
Okay. All right.
But I'm taking a break for a while. At all these numbers.
That was the answer I was expecting. Like, hell no, I ain't watching no college football games. That was hard enough. I'm going to take a little bit of a step back. You don't even really, I mean, you're a Chicago kid, kind of, with the ties to Chicago, grew up in California, been in Vegas now for a long time. Just a tremendous, employee, boss, coworker, and just a great person. I love you, and I'm so happy for you. Thanks for coming on the show. Any words of wisdom for the listeners on the way out? I mean, other than take Purdue this week at Northwestern.
Bankroll management. Just always remember that. Just,
says the one with the 30K bankroll she's got now.
I mean, I had a couple good weeks betting my picks, but at the same time, like, if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, you don't have to bet on action. You could take a break. It's okay.
She's listening. She knows.
Just saying. NBA, not betting anymore.
Oh boy, that NBA hard. We know that sure. That NBA is hard.
So difficult.
She's also a hockey fan, boys. Linda.
Yes.
The 1988 was the year you were born.
It's also the numbers of Kane and Taves, so it makes sense, right?
Kane and Taves, Chicago. I see what you're doing here, kid. I see what you're doing. All right, get out of here. I'll talk to you soon. Again, I love you, and have a good day off. I'll see you at the joint in the next couple of days. I'm going to come down. Obviously, I'm going to give you a big hug. I'm going to hold you tight, and I might reach in your pocket and see if you picked up that money yet, and just see what we can do. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye, Linda.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is just awesome. Good for her, man.
Yeah, man. That's great stuff. That's Linda Eder. Eder is her last name. She's at LME 1988 on the Twitter. Winner of 30 dimes and just 2 wins away from splitting 300 some thousand. So I know how, like, when you get that close, because I've been that close myself in the Westgate contest, you're waiting for the standings. You don't sleep the Sunday night. You go with Monday. The guy didn't get there. He's late. He didn't grade it till the afternoon. You're like, boom, boom, boom. And I hit refresh and saw that I was a half a point out of the money. I was, would have split. I would have think we would have picked up 6 times. She shows up, hits refresh, and like 30,000. It's awesome stuff. So we should have probably been asking her what she liked, maybe for the segment, the Layin or Takin. I mean,
what the fuck? People want to know what we think. They want to know what 30K Linda thinks.
That's what I'm saying. So it's so funny because in these things, like, you can kind of sweat them yourself, but you're so worried about, like, telling people your picks and like watching the games a certain way and when things are going good. And then those of us in the business, it's like you're numb to it. Like you don't do all of that, but then when you get close, you do all of that. You know, she's running over on her lunch break or before she starts her shift and, you know, filling out the card, turning them in. And you get 8 weeks into this thing and you're like, man, I'm at 63%. I got to be close to this, you know? So couldn't be happier for her. That's awesome. All right, boys, let's do our thing. Let's just get right to it. We're going to try to keep it tight, you know, because getting feedback, sometimes the show's too long. But I mean, what does Bama say about the show? Newbie, what does he say?
You know what he says. And also the people who complain that it's too long.
This is an over show, boys.
I mean, you can fast forward it. You can listen to it in segments. I'm pretty sure, you know, Dave isn't standing there with like a hand grenade or something being like, listen to the whole entire show. So you break it up, a couple different commutes. You know what I mean?
There you go. I think you can.
In the description of each and every episode, it has timestamps. So if you just want to hear the NFL stuff, fast forward to that. If you scroll down in the description on wherever you're getting your podcast at, just scroll on down there and boom, you're at the segment you want to go to. So no complaints, David. We are an over show and a no complaint show. Except
I like that.
Coming later.
There's that as well.
Might be one or two complaints there.
Right. And that's fine. There will be a couple complaints actually later in the show. Maybe we do take a minute. I don't know. But yes, listen to the show in different segments. Listen to the show over multiple days. Again, listen to the show for the picks, fade or follow them. They're there. We got all kinds of stuff going on. I recommend listening to the whole show because I think you will be entertained. Like Maximus said, are you not entertained? I mean, we're entertained, and we really appreciate all of you joining us either right here on the YouTube on the feed or on wherever you find podcasts. It's on Apple, it's on Stitcher, it's on Spotify. It's all of those places as well. So audio form, video form, it's here. Cash Considerations, me, Newbie, Carl, and that was Linda. All right. First and foremost, let's just get it out of the way. I'm wearing the Golden State hat. Linda said not betting anymore for NBA. It is really, really difficult. CH, lean in tight to the camera because what are you wearing now? What is that?
So
I
was digging
Series?
through. I was digging through my closet.
Oh my God!
My basement the other day, and I found all kinds of old newspapers and shit that I tweeted out. And in that same box was this Boston Red Sox World Series 1986 trucker hat with the mesh, the whole 9 yards, snapback. I'm wearing this 35-year-old hat, and it still fits.
You probably get something for that on eBay, baby. People love
that. Patch alone.
Yeah.
is vintage and hard to find.
It is.
So CH wearing the baseball hat right there. I really, really like that because I don't got no pirate ones that have World Series on them. It's been a while for that. But I remember what that was like. And I remember I got some old hats too. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have them because Mrs. Consig, Jessica's not really happy with the hat situation. She said, seriously, you got to do something with this. I still haven't done anything with it. So we're going to get to that. But the basketball, there's this team. I just can't. Newbie, I know they ain't playing well. But, I mean, for the people, you got –
because I mean, I'll do it for the people. You know, here you guys go. I'm not dancing to it this week, Dave.
No?
I can't. All right, I guess I kind of can. It's infectious. But I'll tell you what, I can't. I got to turn it down because I literally, when I hear it, I got to move. I can't stop moving when I hear the song.
Stay in the shot.
They're going to lose every single game on this road trip.
Yeah, this
going 0-5 on the road trip. Like there ain't no doubt in my mind, man. They are in a bad way right now. I think the whole Simmons distraction is starting to catch up with them. So until they can kind of get on even footing, Joel Embiid, I don't think you want to rush him back because I think his knee is way worse than this team is letting on. So the new song will be,
you know why? Because bad things happen in Philadelphia. Bad things.
Yeah, that's going to be the new Sixers song for the time being because it ain't going too well in Philly, Dave. People aren't happy, man.
Number against Utah was 10.5, and I thought,
Lay
All right,
it.
they don't win when JoJo don't play. Is that too many points? It wasn't too many points. I think Utah won. Yeah, they won by a lot. Yeah, no good.
I love Donovan Mitchell on his over points prop. It would have been great because they had nobody to defend him if he even had to play in the fucking game, but they just got boat race. So he's out in the first quarter after dropping like 13. Brutal.
Yeah,
Brutal.
yeah, no good. That's the NBA talk other than that team that Carl did the hashtag anybody but the Nets and the Lakers. The Nets also played last night against the Golden State Warriors. Little more fun to watch Golden State play. Actually, a lot of fun to watch the Nets play in a situation where they're 3-point favorites, their smallest number of the season, and they lose. Not only did they lost like the Sixers lost to the Jazz. CH, did you happen to catch any of the basketball?
So I refuse to watch the Nets, but the one clip I did see was Harden driving down the lane, taking 5 steps, driving to the hole, not being called for travel, and having the shot blocked and turn into a fast break 2 points the other way. That's all I need to see about the Nets. It was beautiful.
It is fun to watch when things aren't going right there. It's just, I don't know why. You're right. I think a lot of people feel that way watching this team play, and the game has changed. Listen, people, you could blindly bet the unders every night. You'd be up like 62%. You'd be close to the way Linda was picking. The numbers are being adjusted now. It's getting a little bit lower. A couple games still go over a night, but something's different. Talk about it on Sports Grid and Sirius XM with the boys, Donnie and Kevin on the radio on channel 159, and then Gabe and Cam early every day from 4 to 7. There's a new basketball. Apparently it's a new ball, and some guys are having problems shooting it. Who knows? I don't know. But as far as betting wise, and we are a betting show, sports betting show, but a sports show. And, obviously the product is the product. It's hard to bet, but bet the unders. That's what's going on right now. We'll just leave you with that. Go back and look. You'll see it, find it. There you go. So there's the NBA talk. Baseball off season. That's fine. The 2-minute pull the goalie hockey segment. I only got one thing. I don't know how this happened. Carl answered a comment, and he's on the show. My brother from, Boston. Now we get together every week. We talk. We got together over the summer, hung out. We got involved in the Red Sox because we went with the kids. We were back there this summer. I love Boston. Love the Red Sox. Love the whole thing. Hockey. That was my first sport. Started playing when I was 4. I mean, they were right there. It's tight. Me and the Penguins. It's one of my longest relationships in my life is the Penguins. Team's going to get sold. It's coming out right now. Crosby's getting old. Malcolm's getting old. This team's going to get bad real quick. There ain't going to be nobody in the building. So the owners are looking to sell, putting it out there. I get a text. I can't believe Fenway Park Group, Boston Red Sox are going to buy the Penguins. What? Peralt texts me, my boy, originally from Boston. He lives out in Vegas now. The Boston stuff's real. I wore the Pat the Patriot hat last week. That was my pick of the week in the gun segment. CH, is this true? You're up there. Are these people buying my hockey team now?
Yeah, so it's got to go through the board of governors and all that approval stuff, but it sure as hell looks like it's going to happen. And let me tell you, the people here are pissed about it. Pissed.
Why?
About the Boston team buying a Pittsburgh. What's going to happen if Pittsburgh wins the cup? Are they going to bring it here for a celebration? They live here. They own the Red Sox. We're going to have Sid at Fenway throwing out the first pitch?
Good idea.
No, that's a shitty idea. I'll tell you, in all honesty,
it's weird.
A great ownership team to come in and take over an organization and build it the right way and get it to look. They've won 4 World Series since they've been here in the 20 whatever years they've been here. But you know what? Ever since they won, this ownership group sucks. They just suck. They're miserable. They were the fate. They were out in public all the time saying these are the things we're going to do and making all these great changes. They haven't done anything to the park in like 10 years. I know you wouldn't have seen it because you had only been there the one time, but all of these upgrades they did, they've stopped. It's quite honestly not a very the city's not very happy with the ownership group. Let me tell you,
Wow.
They love the four rings, but they're pissed now about this happening.
Wow. I know my brother at Pittsburgh Layin, brother Doug. He was texting me back and forth. We put it out there. Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing. And like, you see it on social media. Friend of the show, Chris Mack, who's on the air in the morning in Pittsburgh. He did our Friends of Cash Consideration show for the Super Bowl as well. And hopefully we'll have him on here coming up soon. But it's a strange thing. And I didn't even think about that. Like, how does the city feel that Boston Bruins are a big part of Boston as well? Yeah. And like, it's strange.
Yeah. And like I said yesterday, throw LeBron into the mix too. He's part of the Fenway group.
He is, isn't he?
LeBron's part owner of your Pittsburgh Penguins coming up here next season. How do you feel about that?
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I don't.
Wait till he wears that goddamn Yankees hat in there to a game.
Maybe we get LeBron some Penguin merch. Maybe. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird thing. I don't know. But I don't know. Hockey betting, B-How and I, we do the college football show, 8 in the Box. Again, you can find that on the YouTube feed. We did that this morning. We're going to get right here to the college football later taking segment. He gave me a hockey stat that has cashed every single time. I'm going to give it to you here. The Vegas Golden Knights at home in their games, the yes that a goal will be scored in the first 10 minutes has cashed every single time. So you want a little betting nugget or a betting show, hockey, blindly bet it. I believe it's now 7-0. It's a good start. It's not, I don't think it's not like a craps table where you run up and there's a lot of energy and you come in and bet the pass line when they're, 8 points in and you mush it. You might mush it, but if you bet it, blame it on you. I mean, it's been pretty good so far up to this point. Yes, a goal will be scored in the first 10 minutes in a home Vegas Golden Knights game, no matter by either team. It doesn't have to be by the Knights. Last night, it was by the Hurricanes, who won the game on the road. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that the Islanders were on the second longest road trip in the history of the NHL. They were a huge bet against. They get to come home. And anyone listening to the show in New York, again, thank you. And welcome home, Islanders, new building. All right, Lander, take it. I'm still a little bit messed up. I had to take a little afternoon nap, so I'm a little screwed up. So, CH, I'm going to do the games, and then the game that I don't do, if I miss one. We're going to do it fast. We're going to do it quick. We're going to get out. Lander, take it, because we're getting to the end of the season. A lot of people are dropping off. They're losing interest. They're getting ready for bowl games. They're into college basketball. Again, people that like college basketball, it's not the show yet for you. We're not going to talk about college basketball. A lot of other shows are. My buddy Eli Hershkovitz is writing a column for thelines.com, and he's got a very good opinion. You can follow him amongst some other people, obviously Right Angle Sports and what they're doing. Excellent college basketball work. All right, so first game for the Layin or Takin segment. We'll go right to the one that Linda mentioned. Purdue and Northwestern at Wrigley Field. I have the number as 11. What do we have the number as officially for the Layin or Takin segment, sir? 11. All right, I'll start it. Linda picking up the bag. Linda said bet Purdue. She said fade Northwestern. That's it. I'm laying Purdue minus 11. Newbie, what do you got?
Yeah, I ain't getting no Jimmy Choo up my ass. Purdue minus 11. That's for sure. Nice.
Our consensus record isn't the greatest, CH. You want to come on and go fade not only me and Newbie, but you're fading Linda?
So the quarter has been retired after an 0-4 week last week. So this is the last appearance of the quarter. It's been thrown away, and I've gone back to my old methods. In this case, obviously writing down my picks before the show starts and hearing Linda say, fade Northwestern. That's the only thing I'd say is fade Northwestern. You want to guess who I have written down here? Northwestern. I'm going with Northwestern. I'm taking the points.
The almighty sheet, never switch it.
That's it. Graphics department. He's got the Northwestern Wildcats. It's right there for you to see on the YouTube channel. Fade in and out. That's like a dissolve almost a little bit. That's industry term. Yeah, pretty good. Newbie knows what he's talking about. He can make it. That's a good wipe. There you go. All right. Wipe this second game. let's see. I have Penn State and Rutgers. What the hell's the line? I got Penn State and Rutgers.
17.5.
17.5. Penn State at home against Rutgers or on the road? Where's the game? Let me see. It's at home.
At home.
Yep. 17.5. 17.5. Man, Newbie, you go first with Rutgers and Penn State.
Too many points. Penn State sucks again. Rutgers, give me the points.
All right. Oh, man. CH, you never get the Penn State games right until you do, right? Did you finally get one right or no? We still keeping this streak alive? Oh, all right. This is great. I'm going last then. CH, who you got? Rutgers, Penn State, Layin or Takin?
We're breaking the streak, baby. Penn State laying the 17.5. They're going to win by 18.
My God. All right. Well, CH never gets it right, so we got the map. Newbie said it. I'm saying it. Give me the points. Rutgers taking against Penn State. Franklin, Newbie, real quick. Franklin staying or going? Is he going or staying?
I really thought he was going to be staying. The longer the season goes on and how it's kind of ending, I think Franklin's gone, honestly. Yeah, I know. But honestly, recruiter, he's not really much else. So, you know.
All right. I guess that's saying you stay with the devil you know rather than the devil you don't know. I don't know exactly. I mess that up every time. But I don't know who they're going to get to bring in. I read a good article today about that. I think he's going to stay because, like, he's under contract till 2025, and that's a big buyout. Now, I don't know if they're going to just buy him out or he's going to pay to buy out or if he goes to USC and they buy him out. I don't know. But either way, Takin. Third game on the list is which game, CH? Is it Michigan State?
Alabama minus 21 against Arkansas.
Oh, I'll go first there. Alabama, lay it. Alabama first half, lay it. Alabama first quarter, lay it. Arkansas is going to provide very little resistance in this game. Arkansas may score a few points. They ain't going to score enough. Last week, Alabama was a 51-point favorite and covered the spread. Somehow the game went under 67. They won 59-3. They gave up 3. They're going to give up more than 3, but not much more. Layin. CH, who you got?
Same. And not only that, the number is only 58 here. And Bama's going to put up a whole hell of a lot of points. So I like the over too.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Newbie.
Lay it. First half, second half, live, however you want to do it. Lay the points with Bama. That is the pick for me.
Okay. Last game is Oregon and Utah, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, so we go a little Pac-12 game. See, I did that good. That was good. Oregon, Utah. What's the spread? 3 for our purposes. All right. Let's see. Newbie first, last. Newbie first. You're first. Oregon, Utah, Layin or Takin.
You know I'm quacking with the Ducks, baby, and I also high total, but I think there's going to be points scored in this one. I would go on the over and the dog. Oregon's my play.
Okay. Looking out here in the desert, we got 58.5, a couple 59s, maybe the book or two back east. You like the over, huh?
I do.
All right. I'll say Utah wins at home this week and gets Oregon out of there, gets Cincinnati, like Mihal likes to say, into the mix of actually getting in the college football playoff until Ohio State, Michigan play each other next week, which I'm sure we'll be talking about because both of them are going to win this week unless somehow no, there's no way Michigan State is beating Ohio State. They're 19.5-point favorites. That could be an upset. Michigan could lose to Maryland.
It might cover, though, I will say.
Michigan State might cover. I'm laying it with Utah, CH. What do you got? Oregon at Utah.
Yep. Did you say Utes? I'm saying Utes. I'll lay them.
2 Utes, 3 points. That's easy.
2 Utes, 3 points.
All right. 2 Utes, 3 points. Hashtag cash considerations. Copyright 2021. There you go. All right. That's it. Later, take it in, out. Newbie. That was 6.5 minutes. We tried really hard. Keep it tight. Wrap it up.
If I didn't go off on Franklin, we probably hit that under.
No, I led you to that point. That's okay. Let me see. Before we move on, I want to mention, Jesus, I got to meet up with Trent and Nick from Book It Sports. The Book It Sports app. If you love the sports bet, listen up. The Book It Sports app is here to help make your sports betting experience a breeze. Whether you're looking to talk shop, purchase picks, or simply need an app to keep track of all of your action, Book It Sports is the app for you. In sports betting, transparency is key. And with the all-new Book It Sports betting score, you can easily separate the contenders from the pretenders. What are you waiting for? Download Book It Sports today for free in the Google Play and Apple app stores, and prove to your friends why you're the better. Talk about better. Little Twitter beef for Trent and this Zilbert guy, back and forth, and the people have spoken. And you got to be a jagoff going after the kid. He works for Deadspin, which is dead. I mean, it should be Spin and dead. Yeah, because it used to be something. It ain't nothing. And he's going after Trent, who's doing the do. He's servicing the people by giving out games and fading them. Like, it's entertaining people. You don't need to be all serious, right? Like, Newbie, like, seriously, what is this guy doing?
I mean, that's exactly it. I feel like you run into that a lot in this space. You know what I mean? Is that a lot of people think their shit don't stink. Everybody takes themselves super seriously. The super goat whale lock of the month, whatever. I think that happens more often than not only in the gambling space, but in the media world.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they take themselves way too fucking serious. And this douche going after Trent is just a long line of people who, number one, think their shit don't stink. And number two, just, go out of their way to be assholes to people.
Come on, man. People out of line. I mean, they're crazy.
Yeah.
I saw SoCal DJ. He's one of the nicest guys. He got involved and was like, yeah. So, yeah. So some of the cash considerations army got in with the Trent, Book It Trent army, and people were talking, and you could go on. If you're not paying attention to the social media, that's fine too. But there was a lot of bullshit. Follow along, Trent. Look at the Book It Sports app. It's all there. All right. We got to go there. We got to do it. It's time for the In the Gun segment. People, lean back, turn up the volume on whatever you're listening on your device, because this intro every single week delivers, just like the NFL.
Oh, that's right, Dave. It's time for the most rootin' segment this side of the Mississippi. It's In the Gun. And In the Gun went over 500 large last week as a squad. Thanks to, not to like pat myself on my back, but the 5-2 week by Newbie, it helped out the whole crew. But it can't all be like that. You and I both, Dave, we saw the fucking board last. I mean, the In the Gun record maybe didn't reflect it as much for you, but you're on everybody's show and their grandmother's show, and you were just giving out all the winners. You were saying, don't look at the Browns. Don't even tease the Browns. Forget it. Patriots in a landslide. You were nailing them. And we'll get into our OTOSOP, OTOSOP, the one total, one side, one prop segment. Also straight fire from the boys. But let's get into it. It's In the Gun time, and we're starting off with a good one. And we're starting off with our man CH as the Packers taking on the Vikings. Packers 2.5 road chalk with a total of 49. CH, tell the people, what do you got in the 6-shooter for the folks?
So two things before my pick. For those of you watching the YouTube feed, that face you saw Dave make 30 seconds ago was his, oh, fuck, I don't have a prop for this.
I'm still looking. I'm currently searching right now.
So I almost just put it in the chat and said there's no way that Dave has his prop. So here we go.
I forgot.
Also, since we're not going to talk about it tomorrow, I am wearing this tonight in honor of tomorrow night's game.
Nice.
New England.
We got the back, baby.
We got the back.
Final score. That's pretty solid.
It is pretty solid.
Them lats looking good, CH.
Yeah, I've been doing Tai Chi lately.
Nice.
How about that? Anyway, I'm like I said last week, even though they covered, I can't envision myself ever betting on the Vikings. I'm taking the Packers and laying the 2.5.
Dave, while you're looking for your prop frantically, I know you ain't doing no Tai Chi, but what's going on in the Packers-Vikings game for you?
Some bullshit. I could do Tai Chi.
Oh,
I ain't doing it because I'm doing too many shows.
You're not doing the Tai Chi. I know
I'm going to have to start doing the Tai Chi. That's some bullshit. Yes, last week was good. We're back, bitches. I mean, that was the theme of last week. And, New England did it right. And that was very good. Home dogs, boys. Green Bay, man, they're so good. I really think they're the best team in the NFC. I think they're one of the best teams in football. Taking the points. Give me the points with Minnesota. Home dog. Win the game on the road. Come home, getting points. It's an old bookie told me that years ago, like in my 20s. We're talking 30 years ago. Shit still holds true. Minnesota plus the points.
Yeah, I'm taking the points with Minnesota too. Stop me if you've heard this before. This is a beautiful teaser opportunity for the Vikings.
Wongable? Is this wongable?
So it depends. I don't think it is because your total's sitting there around 50. If you're looking more at a total like 44 and below, then it would truly be a Wong spot. But regardless, getting 8.5 points at home with Zimmer, he already has a good home dog record. For the show purposes, I'll take the 2.5 and make it an official one. I think the Vikings may even be a live dog in this game, but if you get them at 8.5, I love the teaser spot here, Dave. I think it's a terrific one. So that would be my more actually making my betting card look, but I will take the Vikings on the show at 2.5. I'll make this nice one next and easy for you guys. It's the Bills taking on the Colts. Bills 7-point favorites. We got a total of 50. And if Wentz is playing, I'm on the Colts. But seriously, the Colts actually do really need this game badly, and the Bills have shown some cracks in the armor. Sure, they had their get-right game last week, but they are looking ahead maybe a little bit on a short week spot because they play on Thursday. I think they probably do get the win. The Bills do, and kind of dash the playoff hopes for the Colts, but maybe keep the Carson Wentz love and hope alive. I'm taking the points with the Colts. What say you, Dave?
I want to take the points with the Colts. It just seems like it's too many points, but I don't think the Colts are going to go to Buffalo and win in November. Yeah. So I'm going to lay the points with the Bills because this will be wongable. Will it not?
Yeah, I mean, well, the high total still eliminates
still 50, yeah.
Through 6, going through 3, going through 7. If it's at 7.5, I think that's a great tease. I'm right there with you, man, because I think the Bills do win the game. Right. Although Wentz, played out there in North Dakota. He's adept to some cold weather.
He's fine.
I don't think that will be the issue. Ginger Jesus will be on point. It's just as Frank Reich completely shell up and forget how to call plays like he has this past couple weeks. We'll see.
Yeah.
But what say you, CH? Bills, Colts, 7 points.
So 2 things. You said a little concerned about Buffalo looking ahead to next week where they play on Thursday night. Well, the Patriots play on Thursday night, and they just beat a team by 38 points last week. So I'm gonna.
They're playing the Falcons, though. I think it's better of an.
That's true. That's true. But here's what I'm gonna say: if the Patriots win tomorrow night, Buffalo has to win on Sunday. Otherwise, they're going to be looking up at the Patriots in the standings.
Unbelievable. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the Patriots are going to beat the Falcons tomorrow. So I'm taking Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to win this game, and probably big.
I like it. I will say Wentz, he doesn't really get doubled up all that much. I will say, but it's only 7 points. I can only do so much Wentz love and convince these guys to hop on with me. What are you going to do? We got the SBEs. You know who that is. It's the shit bag Eagles. They're back home. They're still looking for number 1. Their first win at home this season, and it'll have to come against a pretty decent Saints team. I think I would be a little bit more worried if Jameis Winston was under center. I can't believe that even came out of my mouth, but it's true. Trevor Siemian, not all that great as a road quarterback. 43.5, a low total in this one. So if you did want to tease the Saints up, that is a bit whongable. What are you thinking in this one, though, CH? It's the shit bags against the Saints. Are they marching in and coming out with a W by 1? Or I guess, they're the underdog currently. Could see it end up flipping, but Saints getting the points, it would be 1.
Yeah, so I can't wait till baseball season starts again so we can start talking about whether Yerfies and Nerfies are wongable. I'm going to go with the SBEs. They've been good to me the last couple of weeks. They've been good to me ever since they blew the doors off of Detroit a couple of weeks ago and I got pissed at them. They've been good to me the last couple of weeks. So I'm taking the SBEs and I'll lay the 1 or pick, or I'll take the 1. However it lands, I'll take it.
Oh, my goodness. That gets me pumped up when CH is taking the SBEs. Dave, are you getting to the counter on a team that is named after a bag of shit? 1 point favorites at home.
Did you tell me that they're winless at home?
They haven't won a game at home. Yeah.
They haven't won a game since last year,
2020 December, and it was a game against the Saints was the last time they won at home. Was almost a calendar year ago.
And they play them again at home
this week. Yeah.
This week.
Sunday even. Yeah.
Are you going to the game?
I haven't decided yet. It's up in the air. We'll see. It really depends. My dad's always on the fence if he's going to use the tickets and go down, and then it gets to Sunday morning and it's like cold, and he's like, "They're going to fucking lose. I don't want to take these tickets." The fucking game. Get out of my face. So
LMCH picked him.
Yeah. So now he may be going. So I'm not sure if I am going yet, Dave, but it's likely. I think I'm probable on the injury report.
All right. You're probably what, minus 150?
Yeah, probably about minus 150. Some money coming in late.
All right. That's about what the money line is. I'm laying it. Philadelphia. We're going SBE. We are back. I like what they did. I like what they did in Denver. I didn't believe it. By Sunday, I believed it. But early in the week, I was like, man, they ain't going to Denver and winning. They went to Denver and kicked their ass.
I told you they were the barking dog last week. I knew they were going to go out there and get that W just because they had no reason to go out there and get the W. That's the one that they win. Honestly, guys, this is like a pass through and through because it's a pick 'em game for a reason. It's a pick 'em game in every.
Listen, with this pass bullshit, that line from you got to give a little bit of an opinion for the people.
I'll give you something, and I'll give it to you after I just say that, it's really the question, will the Eagles be able to run the ball? And it's going to have to be against the best rush team in the league. They're averaging in yards per average only 3.1 per carry. That's best in the NFL. So, is that going to make Sirianni's play calling go back to what it was, where he was really looking down the play sheet, had no answers? Because I don't think they're just going to be able to run at will. I guess if I have to make a pick, I would lean the way of the Saints just because I'll do the old our buddy B Howe. I just threw something on the board for him for the 8 in the box. It's
show me what you got.
The Eagles have to show me they can win at home before I put my money on them. It's a pass game for me, guys. I do have the Saints in a teaser. I think if the Eagles win, it's going to be dirty, but I'll take the Saints for the show purposes just so we don't have a unanimous and we can lock that the Eagles lose.
Nice.
I hope you guys can live with that. We'll move to the next game on the slate, and I'm not going to give CH the satisfaction. It's Cincinnati on the road taking on the Raiders. 50 is your point total, and that Cincinnati team that sounds suspiciously like a decent rock band from the 80s, they are laying on the road here. They're 1-point favorites. I'll go first because I haven't yet, guys, and then I'll see your thoughts, CH. We just don't know how either these teams are, if they're good, if they're bad, if they're inconsistent. That's really the only thing we do know. What I do know in this game, though, is Cincinnati, they're coming off of a bye, and with how the Raiders looked on national TV, everybody's betting the Bengals this week. I said it for you because I love you, CH. I'm doing my usual contrarian. I'm backing the team nobody wants to take. I'll take the Raiders as the home dog. And also, shocker, I like them in a teaser leg too. What say you, CH?
Yeah, Cincinnati's coming off a bye, and the week before they got their asses kicked by Cleveland, right?
Yep.
I'm taking the team that it's only 1 point. I'm taking the team that's been chewing on that ass whooping for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's as good a reason as any. What are you thinking in this one, Dave?
Home dog. I cannot believe that Cincinnati's favored. Feels like a trick. The Bengals. I like Bengals. I
the board for whenever we talk about Cincinnati.
Yeah. Cincinnati is going to lose. I'm riding the Raiders. They couldn't have looked worse. I've seen this so many times in the book. People come in and remember what they saw last. They saw the Chiefs getting right against the Raiders on Sunday night in prime time, and yet they're home dogs. This game, by Sunday, the Raiders will be favored. I'm just telling you right now. I think it's a bad guy play, and it's a play for me. Raiders.
They love the home team, that's for sure. The Chiefs are on the road, or the Chiefs are at home, taking on the Cowboys. 56.5 is the total. The Chiefs 2.5-point favorites. Seems like another buy low spot here for the Chiefs. Cowboys ain't too bad, Dave. What are you thinking, man?
Thinking the total should be 100. I mean, I don't know how many.
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, it's the side is very difficult. I think you get another good Dallas effort on the road. They've been so good against the spread. I can see why people will take him, and I'm sure this would be wongable. No, this ain't wongable because of the total. But Dallas is going to be in a lot of teasers.
Yep.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm laying it. I think the Chiefs are getting right. I think the offense is playing better. I think this will be Mahomes coming out, scoring. This will be a fun game to watch. It's in the afternoon session up against the Cincinnati-Vegas game, which you discussed, as well as Arizona-Seattle. And not too many people will be watching that game. Be watching this one. And the Chiefs cover at least the 2.5.
Yeah, and we will be talking about that Seattle-Arizona game in just a few moments here in the Gun segment. Most rootin' tootin'. It's Adam CH. What are you thinking? Chiefs taking on the Cowboys, 2.5-point favorites.
Yep. Chiefs still going to prove something to me. I'm taking Dallas. I still don't trust the Chiefs to cover. Look at last year. Look at everything up until the last 2 weeks for the Chiefs. They haven't been able to cover. I don't think they're going to cover. I think Dallas is going to blow them out, actually. At least double digits.
So the Chiefs need to
show me what you got.
I love it. I love it.
So good.
So we got the I'll give my pick on this one. I'm going with the Cowboys as well. I'm with CH on this one. I think that a lot of people are going to look at this and I'll probably be kicking myself come Monday saying, damn it, these last 2 weeks, you got some of the best line you're going to get on Kansas City as they start rolling again here. I think CH is probably picking more because he doesn't want the Chiefs to be good because that's going to dash this whole New England thing they have going, that they're going to the Super Bowl or whatever they're thinking now, which, dear God. But 2.5 with the Cowboys, that's going to be the play for me in this one. And
you saw what Collinsworth tweeted this week, right?
No. Yeah, about the Super Bowl.
Chris Collinsworth has called 4 Super Bowls, and he's calling his 5th this year. The Patriots were in all 4 of the first Super Bowls he called.
Oh my God!
Which sucks because that means it's happening, Dave.
That's right. Moving on.
They are back, bitches. All right, Cardinals taking on the Seahawks, and Cardinals, despite having no clue who the fuck is playing quarterback for them or who's playing wideout for them, for what it's worth, are 2.5-point favorites on the road in one of the best home stadiums in the league. Seahawks, Dave, what the hell is going on with this line, man?
It is so weird. You have to make the line for Murray playing. So we don't know if Kyler Murray's playing. If he doesn't play,
playing line is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he plays, it's 2.5 or 3. If he doesn't play, it's going to flip, and it doesn't have to move as much, and there's not a big of a middle. So as a book standpoint, you can't put it up, much higher because if he doesn't play, it's going to flip. I mean, but we've seen this like confirmation move not really work. It happened. Minnesota was playing against Dallas, and Dak didn't play. Dallas went from 2.5-point favorite on the road to being a 4-point favorite or 4-point dog against Minnesota. Cooper Rush got the win. We've seen it happen a couple times. I'm taking Arizona now because I think he's playing. But as dumb as it is, I mean, like, we're just doing it now for the show. Wouldn't bet real money on this right now. I wouldn't put it in a contest entry or anything like that right now. But Seattle, Russ looked like he was cooking in mud. Like he looked like he was stuck. He wasn't, it was cold. I get that, all that, whatever, his first game back. Maybe he plays better. But Seattle looks, I just wasn't, I didn't see anything to say, oh, they're going to be competitive against Green Bay and now they're going to beat Arizona. It could happen, but I like Arizona.
Now, CH, what do you think? Because I think too, kind of like Dave, like, yeah, we'll make the show pick, but you can't bet this game without knowing if Kyler's playing or not, right?
No, and I think I read before we started that they're leaning toward Kyler playing, right? Okay. So that means this is probably the right number. Yeah. So do I want to pick Russ Wilson with an injured finger over Kyler with an injured, what is it, his ankle? Is that what the deal is?
Yeah.
So in Seattle, I'm going to go with Russ. I'm going to lay the points. I'm sorry, I'm going to take the points. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you in this one, CH. I think just because we're picking on a Wednesday, you have to take the points because you could end up getting a terrific closing line value, Dave.
CLV, baby.
You get some nice CLV if you take the Seahawks now. I wouldn't bet this with Linda's newfound money, though. I will say
it wouldn't let you bet
until I know what's happening with Kyler Murray. But even so, I think the Seahawks may be a little bit of a bounce back spot. They looked horrible last week. A lot of that was the Russell Wilson injury. You have to think he'll be back a little bit. So I'll go Seahawks getting the 2.5. Last game here already. Pace of play has been nice here.
Pick it up. Pick him up, put him down, like that guy said in that Pittsburgh video. Pick him up and put him down, motherfucker. Go ahead.
OTOSOP coming up right after we preview the put down, motherfuckers. The Chargers taking on the Steelers, and Chargers 5.5-point favorites. Now, no Ben, no Minka Fitzpatrick, probably, maybe even no Watt potentially. Even so, guys, I mean, the
Bosa.
Yeah, exactly. The Chargers ain't beating the doors off of anybody. Outside of their Raiders game, actually, they haven't won by margin against anyone. So Chargers 5.5. If it was closer to 3, I would more think about laying it at home. But even without knowing who's playing quarterback in Pittsburgh, I'm taking the Steelers. I'm taking the points 5.5 as the hat changes. So we'll save Dave for last. He did the whole wardrobe change for you YouTube viewers. CH, what are you thinking in this one? 5.5 seems a bit steep for me on the Chargers. Are you laying it?
Yeah. Who's playing quarterback for Pittsburgh? Is it Bubby Brister again this week? I can't remember who the fuck is playing. That's right. Who the fuck is playing quarterback
Mason
up there again?
Rudolph, number
Mason
2.
Rudolph. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Mason Rudolph. No way on Pittsburgh. And this one, the Chargers will cover 5.5.
Yeah, Dave, you switched the hat. I don't know if it's some reverse juju or are you laying the 5.5 too with a team that I don't think outside of the Raiders has covered this number against anybody.
Yeah. Very strange game, right? We got opener 3.5. It's up to 5.5 in places. We don't know who's playing quarterback. Again, it's Wednesday. You gotta be out of your mind to pick this game today. All these guys, who's playing defense? I mean, all the best guys, maybe not playing. Over. I mean, that's what you got to play. But the Steelers' offense stinks. I mean, it don't stink. It stinks. And talk about the CLV. Yeah, you know me. OTOSOP coming up. A little OPP. Are you kidding me? We're going to take the points with the Steelers? I can't do it. I like the Chargers stuff. I might be at the game. It's in negotiations right now. It's only a 3.5-hour drive. The kids, maybe, I don't know. Me and the wife may go ourselves. I don't know. Yeah, but we got the boys. A couple guys already got tickets. So we might do the tailgate thing. I don't know. All I know is that I cannot take the Steelers unless Ben's playing. At least if Ben's playing, I think I got a shot at covering. I don't think they got a shot at winning. I mean, they tied the fucking Lions. They tied the Lions 16-16. We're going to take the points. I don't know. I'm taking the Chargers.
I'll take the points. I'll be the lone detractor, which brings us to the highly anticipated segment, OTOSOP. Beautiful cash considerations, listeners. It's time for one total, one side, and one prize. Oh, man, get that dude a record deal already. Shit. Come on, man. Full disclosure, Dave and I were on a heater
Hot in here.
Make it 6-0 for the boys. CH was dawdling a little bit, but CH has hit 2 parlays this year betting his picks. So, some weeks we're hot, some weeks we're not, some weeks we see the board, some weeks we don't. But when you got 2 guys going 3-0, damn good week for the cash considerations.
That's 4 parlays we've hit in 9 weeks. That's not too shabby.
That's not bad at all. Giving you 3 different picks on a Wednesday. I mean, come on. So with the 3-0, Dave, you don't like batting leadoff. So you want me to hit in the leadoff spot?
Oh no, I'm good batting leadoff. That shit worked last week. It don't matter. You pick. It's your segment. You tell me what to do, and I'm doing it. I'm scrambling over.
I just wanted to make sure you actually had a prop by now. It seems like you do.
I do.
So you know what? You're in the leadoff hole. It worked last week. Let's keep the juju flowing. SPORTSOP, Cashbook, the Sportsbook, Consigliere. Where are we going, Dave?
All right. So there's so many options, I think, for sides for me. I mean, I kind of like the Eagles move. I like that. Early right now, I do like Kansas City leaning there. I mean, obviously, if you don't have New England, I mean, at this point now, though, late to the party. I mean, you can't be laying this number with New England. I think Atlanta's probably going to cover. I mean, 28-3, we'll be talking about all that, but not picking that game. Took it from CH last week, and it felt good to actually take away his game because he's been taking my games all season long. I don't think he's touching this game, although maybe is. I don't think so. I'm taking the Vegas Raiders, and against Cincinnati is the play. It's not really a play on the Raiders, but it is. Can't look that bad. The NFL week to week league. They've looked bad now 2 weeks in a row, and I may look bad after this pick, but I'm going against the Bengals. I'm taking the Raiders. That's my side. Total. I've done this before, and I want to do it again. I really do. I don't think the Thinkers going to score close to 100 in the Dallas KC game. You get all these penalties. You get all these scores. You get all this stuff. Well, I think you're getting over. All right, 55.5, 56, whatever it is. I don't think that particular move or number is going to matter. Call it square, call it sharp, call it dumb, call it rhombus, parallelogram. Give me over. I really want to go under in Baltimore, Chicago. That's the alternative total. So keep that one in mind too. That's the other one I'm looking at, under in Baltimore, Chicago. But for the show purposes, over Dallas, Kansas City, 56. 55.5. Give me the best number. The prop, man, I scrambled. I looked all over. Very, very difficult to find a prop right now on a Wednesday. Yeah. Half the battle is finding the goddamn props and what you're going to bet. There's props for Thursday. We're not going to do that, although we could. Mac Jones simply over 252.5 would be the call. But we're Sunday propping Justin Fields. I was going to go under the passing yards of 214. I think I'm going to stick with that. I was going to jump in and go over 34.5 rushing yards for Justin Fields, but I'm going to go under 214.5 passing yards for Justin Fields. Side Raiders, total over in the Dallas KC game, and prop under Justin Fields passing yards 214.5. Back to you, sir.
I like it, and I'll get rolling here as well. Yeah, props. I don't know if you ran into the same thing, CH. There was like nothing that I was able to find. So yep. I have a play that doesn't have a number yet, but I expect that it's going to be a plus money prop. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But it's one we won't have to scroll for because it will be something that's available. But I will start with my total. I got fancy last week, and I didn't just go straight up on the totals. And I was looking at it even before last week. I hate betting totals, and according to the almighty spreadsheet, totals have been better than my sides this year. So, makes absolutely no sense.
Perfect sense.
Because I'm a side better through and through. That's where I feel like I have my bigger edge, and I know the game's the best. But I got fancy last week. I'm going to do it again here, and I'm going with a first quarter team total. It's a widely available bet, so it is technically a total. I'm going over on the Eagles again. First quarter team total 3.5. It's plus 110. You say, oh, well, they'll go down. It'll be a tough start. I think they're going to be highly motivated to get on the board early because, as we said earlier, they're looking for their first home win. So I think they're really going to try and start off on the right foot. And you say, oh, well, you're just making that up for your handicap. Well, no, the stats say the exact same thing. They're pretty damn good on their scripted first 15 plays. They average 6.1 first quarter points. That mark is good for sixth best in the NFL. They've averaged in their last 3 games, 5.7 first quarter points, and they've scored 7 or more first quarter points in all but 3 of their 10 games thus far. They might not be a good team, but they're a good team early. Give me over 3.5, the team total. How about that on the handicap?
Do you have a teleprompter now down in the Buckhead Studios? Are you reading that shit?
Well, I did write it down. Yeah. Because with all that stats, you need to write that. That can't all stay up here. You know,
I was just saying, I was really impressed right there. Like, God, I mean,
right there.
Cow. Do we have a research department now for the show that I don't know about?
The research department is me about 15 minutes before we go on air. That's the only research I got for you. I love rankings.com. I use it all the time. It's a great resource. It has those first quarter numbers, quarter by quarter scoring. It has ATS records. You can go back over like 20 years. Teamrankings.com. If you want to sponsor the show, we'd love you to. My side. Oh my God. Speak of a good handicap going into a horrible one. You guys are going to hold your nose. Try and bet this one if you can. Houston plus 10.5.
Wow.
My side. It's Tyrod's back, man, and they had 2 weeks to prep, get him fully acclimated. They'll be well-rested team off the bye. I think this is a tough spot for the Titans, too. You guys know I've been wanting to fade this team.
Yes.
They've been winning, but they've been winning close. So you have to think mentally that wears on a team. And I always look for maybe these look ahead spots. Our guy Marco on Wager Talk with Bet on It, he always calls them the sandwich game. Well, I think you might be eating on a sandwich here because Vrabel is playing the Patriots next week. You think he doesn't care a little bit more about that game than playing the lowly Houston Texans? You can even maybe get this play if you're in Vegas, go to Pinnacle and check out what they're offering. You can maybe even get plus money on this 10.5 plus 104. The side for me is the Texans getting the 10.5 points. And my prop, we talked about it last time when he was playing in prime time. Tom Brady struggles, usually throws a pick. So I will be having Tom Brady to throw an interception. And I'm sure my Twitter mentions will be a buzz because of it. Tom Brady to throw an interception will be my prop. My side, Houston, 10.5. We'll get you the number on that Tom Brady prop on Twitter at Cash Considerations. And the Eagles, first quarter, team total over 3.5 at plus 110 is my total. CH, a mouthful. Back to you, my man.
I am going to fly through this because I really need my time for the take a minute at the end. So here we go. I'm going to go with my side. I'm surprised that I get the choice. I wrote down 3, knowing I was going third, expecting you guys to screw me. I am going to go with the Ravens minus 4.5 against the Bears. It's the Bears, right? The Bears are not good. Give me the Ravens minus 4.5 at Chicago. My total, because I play by the rules and I don't do first halves and first quarters and all this other
he's
shit.
Gone the route of the tout. This is what the touts do. He thinks these other things. He ain't following the rules.
Yeah.
Team totals, quarter totals, all this other bullshit. That's okay. No problem, newbie. It's Carl's turn.
It's okay.
We'll get to you. Go ahead.
You had your And just so you know,
I can just look at that. Their mics are off. They literally can't even talk now. So this is my segment. I'll pick whatever fucking total I want. If it says total next to it, it's a total. I will now unmute your microphones if you can behave, gentlemen. So let me get you boys back up here. I have the power, gentlemen.
What the hell just happened? I didn't even know he could do that shit.
Just for the record, Bammer, it wasn't me. That was newbie who muted me. Jesus. Dave, just so you know, I went back into the spreadsheet and I put an asterisk next to his total for last week. And I'm going to put another one in this week.
Fair enough. I love the
spreadsheets. Moving on, my total, because I said I was going to fly through these and I'm taking longer than anybody else did. My total is going to be the Pittsburgh Chargers game under 47, way under 47. It might be under 27. Who knows? My prop, I'm going back to a similar well that I've gone to the last couple of weeks. I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs receiving yards plus Jonathan Taylor rushing yards combined over 174.5. I think this is a good bet. It's an even bet at plus 100. Diggs has gone over 100 yards himself, I think 4 times. Taylor's gone over 100 a few times. I think that they can combine here and go over 174.5. And that's only because I'm not bending the rules and betting on Coach of the Year, Bill Belichick at plus 1,200, which I think at this point is a fucking steal. Rookie quarterback going to the playoffs. Yeah. So my picks, Baltimore minus 4.5 at Chicago, Pittsburgh, and the Chargers. One of these times I'm going to say Clippers because I write LAC. I'm going to say Clippers one of these times, but not this time. Under 47, and Diggs and Taylor combined receiving, rushing over 174.5. That's my toss up.
I love it, Theo. Toss-up is done, which does it for us in the gun. And while these guys are complaining, I'll hold it up to you. It says team total points. That is a total, motherfucker, in the gun. Coming to a close. Asterisk or not, call me Barry Bonds, motherfucker, home run. All right, back to you, Dave.
A lot of motherfuckers dropped in there right there. Huh?
I was feeling like we have like a quota that we have 5 per show, and I figured we didn't want to like leave them in the pocket, like the challenges and the timeouts. You got to get them, you know.
Got to get them while you can. Yes, absolutely. Good stuff right there. In the gun and OTOSOP. Yeah, you know me. I love that shortened version of one total, one side, one prop. Highlight of the show. In addition to the Take a Minute segment, we're going to get to Carl's Corner. Not right now. This football stuff. We're trying to keep the show tight. We're trying to keep it moving. We had Linda Eder on at LME 1988, the keeper of the college football picks, 49-31 finish in the William Hill contest, picking up 30 dimes. So that was the interview. We got everything else in, and it's now time to take a minute. Might be some rants, might be some rolls, might be some call outs, might be some shit happening. We always kind of get CH. We got to give Newbie time to get his throat back a little bit because cousin Cooter goes deep down south. People down in Mississippi, thank you for listening to the show. Alabama, listening to the show. A lot of people below the Mason-Dixon line. Thank you. People all over listening to the show. We got listeners in Taiwan. Chinese Taipei popped up on the thing. I don't know what you're listening to in Malta, but thank you. Europe, all over. I really appreciate it. So, CH, it's your turn to go first while the kid gathers himself. Carl Hascall, the coordinating producer, social media manager, email guy, again, at cashconsidshow@gmail.com. And obviously co-host of the show up in Boston. Your Take a Minute segment starts in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so first of all, for the couple of you that reached out after my Take a Minute a couple weeks ago about the ticker, I'm doing pretty well. So thanks to those of you who reached out to see how I was doing. I'm going to go medical again here a little bit, and this is going to be the last time I do this because I'd much rather be ranting about shit than this. But this picture that hangs over my shoulder, which you can kind of see sometimes during the show, is the first time that I took my boys to Fenway Park. And you can kind of see in this picture, it's a little glary, but I'm wearing white sweatpants there. I'm wearing white sweatpants because that's 3 days after I had surgery. And that surgery 20 years ago was because I had a testicular cancer scare 20 years ago. Scariest part of my life, quite honestly. And if you ever see me out in public, you probably notice I lean a little bit to the left because I'm a little bit off center now. But, way back then, they couldn't biopsy it back then. They had to just do what they had to do in order to test it. Luckily, everything came back clean, and that was great. And, quite honestly, as an adult, pretty much my whole adult life, I've battled all kinds of depression issues where hopefully I can hide it pretty well, but sometimes on the inside, it's tearing me up, and hopefully you never notice it. And that's been going through, pretty much my entire adult life. Well, our guy Newbie here is doing a fundraiser this month, and he's wearing that god-awful looking thing on his face, but he's doing it for a good reason. And it's to help men and to raise money for men's medical research to avoid, hopefully, and prevent and help with things like testicular cancer and prostate cancer, which, quite honestly, guys, if you don't die of prostate, the only way you don't die of prostate cancer is to die of something else first. We're all going to get it at some point. So hopefully, the things that these guys are doing here with this November movement are going to make a difference and already have made a difference for a lot of people. So everyone who's listening, and I'm telling you, we're 99% men listening to this show. I don't have any reports that say that, but I'm pretty confident that we're 99% men. So I'm talking to all the men listeners out there. Go to www.movember.com, Movember. Click on donate. Click on give to a person or team, search for Dan Alexander. And when you find our beautiful Newbie's face up there, click on that, donate $1 or $2 because, he's doing a great thing here. So Newbie, on speaking for me, a guy who's lived through a couple of these things. Thank you very much for what you're doing. I'm going to bust your balls about it for another 14 days until the month is over, but I really appreciate you doing it. And that's my minute.
Thank you, man. That's could not thank him more for giving that pitch. Super easy to find it, super easy to donate, and Carl's story right there is the exact reason why I do it. If you can help anybody, help any research, that's what it's all about. And also CH being honest about the struggles that he goes through. Guys, we don't got to be so fucking tough all the time. We can say we're going through some shit. That's what it's all about, man. And that's why I look fucking just awful, man. I'm so sick of it. I truly am sick of it, but like CH said, it's all for a good cause. It could be a lot worse for sure.
The kids can't wait to see the beard come back. I'm not going to lie. They keep seeing you on the Twitter and they're like, man, tell the Hoagie crew, he got to grow that beard back. I said, he got another 14 days. That's it.
I'm there.
It's coming.
The second that I can, it's coming back.
It's crazy because the beard's going to come back in 2 days and his mustache is probably just going to actually like really pop by the time it's time to just, have the rest of the beard. But
exactly.
Good take a minute, CH. Excellent job done. Didn't know you were light there as far as all that goes. Now I know why that lean. I see that lean when we were in person watching the games. That little bit of lean, but it works. Hey,
I was a woman. You'd call me Eileen.
That's Carl Hascall. Carl Hascall on the Twitter, Hascall. Now, the kid, we call him the kid. We call him Newbie on the show at Newbie Talks on the Twitter. Been looking forward to this Take a Minute segment all week after we got a couple texts and I already got my Take a Minute. Came early in the week. Dan Alexander, Newbert, the guy. Your Take a Minute segment starts in 3, 2. If you ever mute me again on this show, you're out. 1, go.
Not a fan of the mute, but that's the power that I behold, especially in the gun segment. Well, I'm going to keep this nice and short because we are going a little bit long here. Dave has about 3,000 other shows to do, but if you follow me on Twitter, another shameless plug at Newbie Talks, I'm pretty like honest. Like I'm almost brutally honest. A lot of my tweets are my conscious of thought. I look back at it and I say, I probably shouldn't have ended up saying that, but it's there and it's on record. I'm also on record on this show, on Twitter, fully recognizing and being honest that I do not hate Tom Brady, the guy. And I'm also well on record saying he's the best quarterback that ever played the game.
Ever.
But for some reason, there are these people who I will further refer to as Brady Crusaders. It's these psychopaths who act like the best quarterback of all time needs them to defend him on social media. Newsflash, Tom Brady don't know who the fuck you are, Mr. Brady Crusader. If he saw you on the street, he would probably walk to the other side of the street because you're dirty, you're nasty. He doesn't even want to be near you. He doesn't care about you. And also, he's only human. I noticed that most of these crazy fucking people who just slurp this guy all social media long have Patriots in their bio or in their profile picture. I hate to break it to you. He don't play in Boston anymore. He's the best guy who ever played quarterback in Boston, but he isn't there. He left you. Not only is he not there anymore, he left to go down south and be in the nice sun and everything. So the thing is, slurping him on social media, it's not going to bring him back. So get over it. He doesn't need your help on Twitter. He's the greatest of all time, and even he doesn't have to tackle somebody in the open field. Leave it for the lineman or the running back, or it's a pick six. Quarterback shouldn't be tackling anyone, and that is the point. And yes, I will say it again, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. That is my take a minute, Dave.
Just ring the bell one time. You said it 100 times.
Yeah, well, I think I was saying to CH that, I need to get the Alleluia chorus in here because the Brady Crusaders,
Did you bring it?
He can do no wrong. I did not. I was a little crunched for time, but also being a fan of Tom Brady still, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But like spending all day long, like shitting on me because I said that he didn't go after somebody to tackle him, which he didn't. And there was nothing wrong with that. What are you going to do? The Brady Crusaders. The thumbs down. Yeah, that was my favorite comment. And I will stick to lacrosse. I'll keep.
What was it? Stick to lacrosse. Yes, stick to lacrosse.
That guy followed me then. For whatever it's worth, the guy who told me to stick to lacrosse was like, oh shit, his lacrosse stuff's pretty good. I should probably follow.
Yeah. So that's that's the social media. It's great. We really appreciate all of you following on Twitter. Sean O, and SoCal DGen and all the people that follow us, obviously Bama Mafia picks and everything else. It's been so much fun, not only doing the show, but then the interaction that we've had with guests that have been on the show and people that follow us and listen to the show. Again, we really, really appreciate it. He's at Newbie Talks on the Twitter. He likes Tom Brady, but he doesn't. But you people
I like
that
the Tom
like
Brady
him,
stands is I think what I was trying to get across. Love Tom Brady, the guy. The stands, come on.
All right. Well, there's nothing wrong with Miller Lite, man.
That's one thing we can all agree.
So, all right, my take a minute segment. It's going to be quick. It's going to be brief. It's going to be tight because I got to get out of here and get ready to get on Sports Grid and Sirius XM 159. 3 things popped to me this week that I wanted to mention in my take a minute segment. 1, Cam Newton, I'm back, and him yelling it. Cam got the best hats. I love hats. I wear hats all the time. For you people on the Twitter or on the YouTube, I am bald. I keep it tight, keep it close, shave it all the time. I like to wear the hats. I always like to wear hats. That's probably why I'm bald. But Cam's hats are back. He's back. Carolina's back. They're probably going to make the playoffs now. You heard it here first. Enjoy Cam while you got him because it's probably going to be a 1-year run. But I love the hats. I love the post game, and I love tweeting pictures of him in the hats. 2, people, when you get gas in the car, you got to pay attention to when other people drive the car, you got to fill the gas tank up. I have a house full of drivers now. I have a lot of people in this house driving. Big Consig, Middle Consig, Mrs. Consig, Grandma Deb drives the car now too. How come every goddamn time I get in the car, it's on E? The light comes on when I got to go. I don't mind filling it up. I pay for it all anyway. It's fine. But can somebody just tell you before you get in the goddamn car to go somewhere that you might need to stop and get gas? Maybe a dad problem. I don't know. But people, tweet at us. I posted it on Twitter. I'm going to do it again. What's the lowest you ever went with the gas tank on and how many miles you got? We're putting it to the test this week. We've been in single digits twice. I got to go stop and get gas. I didn't know my gas tank took that much gas and cost that much. Bullshit. Lastly, I went down and met Trent and Nick at the Resorts World over the weekend, and I showed up. The parking on the strip is free in a lot of places. Other places it's not. It has natives like myself. I'm not really a native of Vegas, but I live in Vegas 19 years now. So I remember when parking was free everywhere. And most of the time off the strip, it is still free. You're going to a casino. You got to pay to lose money. It's bullshit. That I talk about all the time. Nobody knows shit. That is bullshit when you got to pay to park. I mean, if you want to pay to valet, tip the people. And come here for 1 second when you get a second over here. All right, come here real quick. Say hi to the boys.
Hello.
That's
Hi.
Kendall.
Hey, Kendall.
That's little Consig, the star of the. Thanks for.
I'm eating a Kit Kat. Can you leave me alone?
I'm eating a Kit Kat. Can you leave me alone? That's the star of the TikTok Sundays with Little Consig TikToks available on the TikTok at Cash Considerations. Anyhow, drive down there. Had to fill the gas tank up before I left. Go down. Parking is supposed to be free. Pull up. There's a sign. There's a couple signs, and there's guys, not official looking. They're just guys collecting parking fees. It says $50 to park at Resorts World. 50. I'm like, I pulled down the window. I said, is this serious? That's the first thing I said. And the guy was like, what do you mean? I said, it's $50 to park. It's free. The lot's been free since they opened. Charging $50 tonight. Well, there's a rap concert. JR, I know you're listening to the show. Another one of our friends on Twitter. He said there's a big concert. I didn't know this. It took me about an hour to get to what normally takes about 20 minutes to the casino. They were keeping the lot fresh for the people that come. So they charge everybody $50 to get in. I said, buddy, if it's $50 to get in, I'm going home. I'm coming to meet friends. He said, are you going to gamble? I said, what does it matter what I do once I go in? I'm going to gamble, maybe. I'm going to drink, maybe. I'm going to eat, probably. What are you talking about? I'm not paying. He said, I'm a local. He said, show me your ID. You can get in. So I showed him my ID. Gate went up. got the parking spot, did not pay the $50. The point is this. Nobody knows shit. Sometimes, though, you do know shit. And I knew that was bullshit. And they were shaking people down. So a little local knowledge goes a long way. Eagles winning the game. Newbie said so. Carl knows that the boys got something. We're back, bitches. And sometimes somebody might know some shit. That is it for the show. For the fellas, Carl Hascall, at Carl Hascall on the Twitter. Dan Newbert, at Dan Alexander. We know him as at Newbie Talks on the Twitter. And myself, Dave Sharapan. The Sportsbook Consigliere at SportsBK Consig on the Twitter. The show, Cash Considerations, is at Cash Consid Show. Thank you all for following. We're up over 2,200 followers, and we got over 20,000 when you combine all of our numbers. Excellent work, boys. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube, Cash Considerations. We'll talk to you guys next week.